Future Shock with your host, Benjamin Dixon. And guess what? You are now plugged into the Power Surge. Now tuned into the Future Shock, Future Shock, Future Shock. Hot takes we debate is the Future Shock, Future Shock, Future Shock. IWC is the Future Shock, Future Shock, Future Shock. Get your news here first. It's the Future Shock, Future Shock, Future Shock.
This is referee Dan Fitzgerald, and you are now watching the Future Shock Wrestling Podcast. Get plugged into the Power Surge.
This is Nasty Leroy, aka That Man, aka That Nasty Man, and you are tuned in to the Future Shock Podcast, and you're plugged in to the Power Surge. Now, listen to this podcast and don't be a rat bastard.
This is your boy, the Cardinal Nick Thompson, the current IWA Explosive Division Champion, and you are now watching the Future Shock Wrestling Podcast, and you are now plugged in to the Power Surge. Tweet!
What's going on, everybody? It's your friend of neighborhood wrestling content creator and digital media champion, BJ Dixon. Now, I'm here to talk to you guys about our sponsor, Pop Mania. Pop Mania is a website created by our good friend and brother, Cam Lewis, who created this game, and he has a ton of different options for your game playing pleasure. He has Pick'em, where you can do predictions. He also has Higher or Lower, which suggests that whichever wrestler that you pick, whether they're higher or lower, will depend on the one that you're picking. And then, like, you will have if your streak continues, you will be on the leaderboard. You also have trivia games from Pop Mania as well. You also have a versus draft. You have a pick your GOAT. You have what's called Ring the Bell. Ring the Bell is the game where you essentially play with your friends and you pick different wrestlers and you see which ones are better when it comes to your picks, and then whoever has the better picks wins. You also have another game that is called Build Your GOAT. What do you think has the intangibles to be the greatest of all time? We'll find out in Build Your GOAT. You also have your shows and you have your leaderboard. If you guys are on the leaderboard, that means you've scored the highest. So I want to thank Pop Mania for sponsoring this podcast. And you guys can use my code, PowerSurge77, for all your game playing pleasures. Play on, everybody.
Welcome to the Future Shock. This is the Indie Spotlight, highlighting the best in independent wrestling.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your friendly neighborhood wrestling content creator and digital media champion, BJ Dixon. And you have now walked into the Indie Spotlight. Now, let me go ahead and give this introduction of our guest real quick, and then we're going to get into the task at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is a creator who's love professional wrestling and hip-hop has allowed him to build a unique platform in the wrestling community. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, he's an independent rap artist, the leader and host of the Square Circle Boys podcast, and someone who has interviewed a wide range of independent wrestlers, giving them a platform to share their journeys and connect with fans. More recently, he's been creating content with South Brooklyn Championship Wrestling, continuing to shine a light spotlight on the independent wrestling scene. If you know him, you know one thing's for sure: Stone Cold Steve Austin was on the top of his Mount Rushmore when it comes to professional wrestling. And today's special guest is none other than Style Boy Fresh or Square Circle Boy Fresh from the Square Circle Boys podcast. Fresh, how you doing today, my good brother?
Good, brother. Good, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. I appreciate the intro, taking your time. Dope, man. Happy to be here, man.
I'm glad for you to be here too, my good brother. So, my first question for you, man, is growing up in Brooklyn, what sparked your love for professional wrestling?
My love for professional wrestling, it sparked just from WWE. Like, you know what I'm saying? As a
Hmm.
young dude, I want to say my first time ever actually seeing a match live, they was in a garden. Forget what year is it, but no Bret Hart was there, no Undertaker was there, and bro, it was like magic, bro. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Once I left that building, it was up from that day. You know what I'm saying? But
So when they was in the garden, like, what do you remember of that day?
I remember coming home with the Bret Hart shades. I mean, the matches was great because it was like, I want to say I was what, maybe like 11. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. So I was excited. Every match was fire. You know what I mean? But just to come home with the little title, the foam titles, they had the foam joints. You know what I'm saying? With the Bret Hart specs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Good times, man. Good times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what made you get into music? Because I know that you're a music artist, you're a hip hop artist, and what really inspires you to start doing hip hop and start doing like I know that a lot of people, from that area are really big fans of Biggie and all these different people and Rakim and all those different guys. Were
Right.
those huge influences on your rap career as well?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my big influence is like on the rap. That would have to be got a weird top five. So it's like it starts off with Big J, just the urban neighborhood storytelling of rap. You know what I'm saying? Um, After that, we put another inspiration would have to be Nas. Um, and later on came 50 Cent, but that was like later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
because I like lyricism, I like witty bars, I like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that catches my ear, makes me want to, you know what I mean? So he would come later, but yeah, those are top cats right there that really made me want to do it, you know?
So, like, what was it like when you first stepped into the booth for the first time?
Oh man, it was transcending, bro. It was like I knew this is what I wanted to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I stepped in that booth for the first time, it was like, yeah, I want to do this right here. You know what I mean? But,
So, how did you? This might sound a little weird. Like, how did you find a way to combine your love for hip hop and for professional wrestling at the same time?
well, I kind of I share with you guys. Y'all come back, y'all double back, man. Y'all pull up on me and BJ, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. But I did a cover for a Cody Rhodes cover. You know what I'm saying? Took one of his actual theme song,
Hmm.
spiced it up a little bit, did a little something to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Whenever I can do something like that, it's going to get done. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I haven't found any other ways just yet on my own way to bring the hip hop thing. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more to wrestling, but we already know it's there. You know what I'm saying? Hence to West
Yeah.
Side Gun. Shout out to dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? Heavy on the hip hop industry, but also heavy in the wrestling industry. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wale too, man.
Yes. 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 Shout out to Wale Mania. That was a dope concept for him to
Facts.
even come up with. to bring like the
Facts.
hip hop community and the wrestling community together. And I
That's
wonder,
something.
yeah,
I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
yeah, I can see you doing that. I can see you being like a DJ or something like that for an event like that. And like that would be real, real, real dope. 'Cause I can see you doing something like that. Um, so what inspired you, man, to jump off the porch and start doing pro wrestling content? 'Cause a lot of people they look at this just like as a hobby, just something that they just like to do. So what inspires you to do professional wrestling content as for you
Shout
like
it's this one cat, and I'm sorry, bro, if I'm forgetting your name. He also goes by Belt Collector. It's not Belt Collector from Snaps and Straps. He also goes by Belt Collector. Um, something Paul. I can't remember his exact name, but I've been following him for like I can't even know how long. I was following for a minute before I even started my own wrestling page. See what I'm saying?
mhm.
So he led me to dudes like Coley. You know what I'm saying? Tapped in with Coley, see what Coley was doing. I'm like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. Coley energies, you know what I'm saying? It's real. It's authentic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
Shout out to
that's what's
King
up.
Coley, by the way. Shout out to
Yeah,
King
shout out to the
Coley, by
boy
the way.
Coley, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I tapped in with him, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. One day I was just like, yo, man, I got an idea. I can't really say the idea because I don't want to get it stolen. But idea hit me, and I was like, damn, I got to get started. So I got you know what I'm saying? I got a real good gift for the wrestling world, for the IWC. You know what I'm saying? It's coming soon. Just be patient. But yeah, that's what's really sparked it. That idea sparked the whole thing. So I'm here putting in the work.
So how did so how did you come up with the name Square Circle Boys? Because I've always wondered. 'Cause when I first learned about you guys through Polo,
Yeah.
and I was like Square Circle Boys. I was like, so how did you come up with that name? Like what?
Well, so we already know in the wrestling world, wrestling terms go by the square circle. You know what I'm saying? The square circle
Mm,
is the ring and all that. So it's like, you know what? I need something that's like gonna really call back to wrestling. So that square circle, you know what I'm saying? And then the boys part is just I kind of took that from my music group's moniker, which is Star Boys. It's STUYBOYZ. That's why you see on the Square Circle Boys is not BOYS, it's BOYZ because it's
mm.
a call back to the record label. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah, but yeah, that's about it, man. That's how I came up with that word.
okay. So how did you get signed, man? Tell us about the process of getting signed, and how long did it actually take? Because I know that there's gonna be some independent artists um, look at this interview and say, man, I see Fresh out here having his songs being played on YouTube and having the fly joints with that New York song that he had for the Knicks that he made years ago that it's popping right now. It's popping right now. You know,
Facts, facts,
so
facts.
what was the process like for you to get signed, number one? And number two, like what encouraging words did you have to a young independent artist out here?
Rhyme, rhyme, like work on your craft, work on your music, and even most importantly, be if not number one, work on your performance. Your performance. Your performance. Your performance. Your performance. If you're performing and I don't believe you, it's almost kind of like wrestling in a sense. You know what I'm saying? If
Yes.
I'm not feeling your vibe through your music and I'm watching you on stage and you ain't giving, you know what I'm saying? it's gonna kill your whole. Nobody's gonna remember you. Nobody's taking you home with you. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have both. You can't just have a hot song. I ain't saying you gotta be a dancer. I'm just saying you gotta really play to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? My journey was that was my journey, bro. We didn't really play with that, man. We stayed in the studio. We performed every weekend, and I mean every weekend, bro.
Mm.
From here to the Bronx when I first got started. You see what I'm saying? From Brooklyn to the Bronx, and if you know New York, back when I was in my 20s and 25, Bronx and Brooklyn ain't had the best relationship. Okay, but we was doing our
Word.
thing. You know what I mean? But we was doing our thing. The music was good. It was relatable. The Bronx was messing with us. You know what I'm saying? So we did that, bro. And I had a good friend by the name of Mike, go by Mike the Plug. He had a connection with Y and D from Rough Riders
Mm.
out in Yonkers. So
Okay.
set the basically, let them hear the music, set the meeting up for me. Me and my guys went to the meeting, and I remember Y asking me. He was like, "Y is one of the owners." He was like, "Why should I give y'all guys the deal? Why should I give you the paperwork?" You know what I'm saying? My guys kind of looked at me like, facts included. Facts was there. Facts was a part of my
Also, Facts
my
raps too. Okay, I
yeah,
wondered
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
wondered that.
Me,
Okay.
me, me, Facts and another guy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they kind of look at me like, and I'm like, yo, real talk. We done performed on stages as big as this futon we sitting on. You feel me? A crowd of maybe 30 people to probably a couple hundred. We done did that. You know what I'm saying? We just need to push in the right direction to get more. And not for nothing, he liked it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. That means y'all willing to work. And I was like, yeah, that part. You know what I mean? Gave us our paperwork, took it on home, did what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we didn't sign. Still shout out to Rough Riders to this day. Y'all gave us our first shot. Loved y'all and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to D. Shout out to Y. Shout out to everybody in the building. You heard? Much love for Rough Riders because y'all ain't have to even sit down with us. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So what I will say is just like it takes a lot of work to be successful in anything, especially in the avenue of rap music. You have to. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say anybody can rap. It takes a very special person to be able to be a successful rapper. You can be a good rapper without and not be a successful one.
Facts. Facts.
You have had a measure of success. So, like, how did your upbringing in Brooklyn shape that grind and that hustle in you?
Oh, it's real, man. Like, I mean, for the most part, I had the same challenges as most inner city kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say mine was worse than anybody else's. You know what I mean? I came from a good family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of support type shit. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, the streets is the streets, and they ain't with you in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that part, you know what I mean? You gotta learn to fend for your own, bro. And that's just how Brooklyn. That's how Brooklyn raises you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you know, like, stay on your P's and Q's, be ready. You know what I'm saying? Be ready for any type of moment that can happen. So thank God for that. Thank God I was raised in that because when my moments came, I was able to push through 'em. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have any like friends that looked out for you on the block that were like, "Yo, Fresh, you got a gift, like use it
So,
and don't get involved in this and don't get involved in this crazy mess that we involved in." So like, what was that like for people to see that gift in you and be like, "Yo, there's something special about this dude. We need to protect him from certain avenues." Like I know that people had to see
feel
something
like
in you.
you feel like you owe 'em, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you own. You feel like you gotta do what they was protecting you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all. That's how you feel. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, you gotta roll on that. You know what I'm saying? That's you gotta own that feeling, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta try to make it happen. Whether if it does or it doesn't, you just gotta try. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause everybody is basically still making sacrifices for you. You know what I'm saying? So that part, man, real for real.
Yeah, man. So the Star Boys. Tell me a little
So,
bit about those gentlemen and how you got linked up with them, and what was it like when y'all all were able to establish your own identities as single acts and also as a group?
oh man, bro, that's a great question, man. It was dope, bro. It was just growing and learning, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me and Facts came later on. You know what I'm saying? I want to say 2009, 2007, more or less. Me and my bro Mo Fire. He's a DJ. He's DJing right now. He's prolific. Oh man, prolific. You hear me? Bad. All right, do his thing. So and he's getting booked crazy right now. So shout out to Mo Fire, bro. Me and him, man. We started with a couple other cats. You know what I mean? Um, Dollar. Got to give a shout out to him as well. Another one of my brothers. Man, that started in the living room, bro. You know what I'm saying? Started in the living room, writing rhymes, writing raps, playing beats. And then it was just like, all right, we got to take it from this living room to a studio. You know what I'm saying? We got to get for real with this. You know what I mean? We too talented. We hearing the things that each other's saying, the hooks and so we like, nah. You just got to do it. You got to, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely made it happen. We pulled together, came up with the Star Boys. Star Boys is basically a callback to Bed-Stuy.
Oh
So,
yes, yes.
you know what I'm saying? Because that's where we from. You know what I'm saying? We from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So, hence the Star Boys. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
So,
being from Brooklyn, bro, I know that the Notorious B.I.G. was a huge influence in the rap world. And I know he probably was an inspiration to you. How big of an influence was he before his untimely demise in terms of your rap career? Like in terms of like, did you listen to any of his music for inspiration or anything like that? And have you ever like, I
yes,
know you
sir.
probably had dreams of like obviously collaborate with him, even though he's no longer with us, but how big was of an inspiration was he to you?
Bro, quick story real quick. So, of course, I mean, here in Brooklyn, here in New York, period. If you're an artist, you know, for my time, my era type, you know what I'm saying? I don't see Biggie not being someone you look up to. You see what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't about the lyrics, maybe it's his stardom, maybe it's how far he went. You know what I'm saying? Or how big he became. It's just no way. It's just no. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? For
Mhm.
me, I like the lyricism. I like the story. You feel me? Major influence, bro. So much to the point that fast forward 6 years later. No, fast forward maybe 5 years later from 2009, we link up with motherfucking Bad Boy.
What?
Right,
Bad boy?
right.
Okay.
So now, we doing our run through Bad Boy. My dude Mo Fire, who I just mentioned, DJ, he's
Hmm.
engineering. We got free reign to the house. We in there recording music. We trying to collab. We doing our ones and twos. But we're not really so much interested in the deal. We looking for distribution. We're not really looking for the record deal because we already established
Right.
our own record, like our own record. You know what I'm saying? Our own record company. basically. So now we just really looking for distribution, trying to get next to people. You know what I'm saying? We in Daddy's house, and we actually get a chance to record.
Hmm.
We actually get a chance to record in Biggie's room,
Yo.
bro.
What
I
was
get to step,
that?
bro,
What was that feeling
I got
like?
foot in that man's own personal recording studio, bro. When I stepped in the booth, first of all, the first day I stepped in the room, okay,
Hmm.
chills up a nigga's arms, back, everything, bro. I stepped in the booth, bro. I'm like, damn, this man was really recording in here. Like this is this is Biggie shit, bro. You feel me? I'm like, I'm blown away. My bro, like, it's crazy, right? I'm like, yeah. He hit me. He hits me with the, you ready to record something in here? I said, nah, bro. We're gonna have to do that another day. I'm just taking this in right here. I can't even believe I'm in here right now, bro. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know that had to give you some big motivation, bro. Being
Yo,
in that
what?
room
Super,
to
super motivation, bro.
because for him to
Bro,
be what was he 25 impact like
yeah,
and made album after album after album
impact,
that people
bro.
are still playing to this day.
Impact is
Like
crazy, bro.
it's I know that had to put some motivation in you to be like, now I gotta get to where, even though like Big is going, like we want
Sure.
to like, but like you want to see that level of success that he had, where like he was able to go anywhere and have his hear the music play anywhere. So
Facts, bro.
you most recently, man, you did some media work with South Brooklyn Championship Wrestling. And how did you get connected with them? And tell me about the match that you promoted as well, because I remember you were promoting a match a few months ago about with the promotion, and I saw the promotional work, and I was very impressed with it. For somebody who has
Appreciate
been doing content creation, and to see you being it brought me joy seeing another black brother doing
it.
great in the wrestling world. I ain't even going front.
Hey, yo, bro, real talk, man. Same here, man. Shout out to my bro, Main Event Dame, because he was another inspiration for me to keep going, man. It was like, I think my first year, he tapped in, you know what I'm saying? And he was watching faithfully. He was just like, yo, bro, I just got to tell you how much it's a relief to see somebody that look like me. You got your chains on, you smoking your blunt, you chilling, you talking about wrestling, bro. He like, I love it. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, got you. Got you. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that, bro.
So what got you to be connected with South Brooklyn Championship Wrestling? How did that connection come about?
So shout out to Williamsburg Music Hall. You know what I'm saying? Good people's over there. Tapped in with them. They was throwing an event. They threw an event basically with South Brooklyn Championship Wrestling, and it's South Brooklyn Records. South Brooklyn Records is the record company that actually oversees the South Brooklyn Championship Wrestling. So
Mm.
that's like the parent company basically. So tapped in, let them know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Showed them what I do, and they was like, "Yo, we like that." You know what I'm saying? Let them know I was going to handle my part on promotion, and we was going to try to make this thing bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? So we all felt good about what direction we was trying to go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff that we did do with the wrestlers were actually their first time. They haven't done live interview on the spot, or you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They haven't cut live promos. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been there yet. So it was and neither have I. That was my first time interviewing on the spot, doing
Hmm.
promo work with wrestlers. That was my first time doing a live. Not, I'm wrong. That was my first time doing a pre-match interview with a wrestler.
Mhm.
I've interviewed plenty of wrestlers, but that was my first time doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it was the first time for everybody. I think we all nailed it. We did our best. You know what I'm saying? The match was Rob the Slav versus oh man, I don't know the guy's name. A second, let me pull it up. Blackout versus Rob the Slav. Interesting story. Please tap into SBCW. These guys been going back and forth. That was their third match. What's this guy? Rob the Slav has a really interesting story. He was the SBCW champion. He had a crazy title reign, and then he ended up with heart failure, massive heart, like a heart problem, congestive heart failure.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had to stop. He had to stop doing the wrestling shit. Had to relinquish the title. Came back. The heart problem ceased. He was able to come back to wrestling, challenge the new champion, got back on top. I believe Blackout was the bad guy at the time, so they got, rekindled their rivalry. And then that last match that I was covering was the indoor be-all match to end their rivalry. You know what I'm
The
saying?
penultimate
So,
match. Okay. The penultimate match. I feel you. Okay. So, what do you remember from? I saw some of the shots that you took post match with the gentleman. What was the feeling of being a part of that match? Number one, and for somebody like myself who hasn't necessarily done, I haven't done anything with the indie promotion just yet. I will. One FW was coming. I'm gonna say it until it happens. One FW in Atlanta, it's coming. It's right. It's not that far from my house, so
good.
that's coming. That's coming. But how did that feel for you to feel the like the to be a part of a role, to be a role, a integral role in an indie show like you were?
So, bro, I want more. I want more. You heard? It was great, bro. Like, yeah. Hey, any indie joints in New York, y'all catching this? Holla at us. We outside. You heard? We outside. We coming through. Oh, definitely looking for more, man. It was cool. I had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was new territory. So I just like to get better. So I'm ready for more, man.
But that being a part of that match, like, what was that like to be a part of the stuff for post match? I saw a lot of the visuals you took, a lot of the visuals and everything, and you were interviewing both gentlemen. What was it like to be a part of that gentleman's comeback story? Was it Rob the Slob that had the congestive heart failure? So
Yeah.
so
Yo, bro,
so
go ahead, my boy,
so
go ahead.
so with Rob's, what was it like being a part of Rob's comeback story? Like, cause that had to be a good feeling to know that you were an integral
Yeah.
part in
It was
somebody's
dope,
comeback
bro.
story.
Yeah. That was awesome, bro, being a part, because you gotta think about it. Like, they already built this up. It's been a part one. It's been a part two. The whole man, shout out to SBCW's fan base. SCBW heads, the wrestling heads. Shout out to y'all. Y'all turned that spot up. Y'all packed that spot out. You had that shit feeling like it was an AEW or some shit. Not going lie. Shout out to y'all. So with that,
Really? You,
bro, that
gonna
type
put it
of
at that level?
energy, bro.
Okay.
It was in there. It was in there having a good time. You hear me? It was in there having a good time. So shout out to y'all. Cause without y'all, a lot of what we do ain't nothing. So I gotta get them that. So to be in the middle of all of that shit right there, bro. it was live, man. It was fire. Like I said,
So,
it got me more, man.
so would you ever? Well, I'm gonna put this out there on the table. House of Glory, y'all can holler at my boy. Holler at my man Fresh.
Please do, please
Ho-
do. We
Holler at my
outside.
man Fresh, please. I would love. I would love to see Fresh on House of Glory. That would be something that I would literally be like, yo, that would be
Outside.
crazy.
Don't worry, bro. Listen, to God, all things is possible, man. You heard? You know
That's
what
what
I'm
it's all
saying?
about around here. You already know. You already know what it's about around here, man. Like I
Facts.
always say on the indie spotlight, trust God and lead. Like trust God, use your talents and leave the rest over to Him, and He will put you in places you would never imagine, bro. So
That's a
I
fact.
will say
That's a fact.
this: there are gonna be big things coming, man. I can sense that. I know that you're a good brother, and plus, I think that great thing. I know that great things are coming, man. Listen, so with Stone Cold, man, what attracted you to his character, and why you put him at the top of your Mount Rushmore, bro? Because we got to talk about that. I ain't
It's
even
the
going
kick.
for it.
It's the kick. It's the kick ass attitude, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like to as a youngin growing up watching Stone Cold, cause like real talk for me, it's the Rock and Stone Cold, Stone Cold and the Rock. You feel me? Like that's my two for all time. I don't care, bro. Those my
Hmm.
guys. You understand me? What they
Hmm.
did for wrestling for WWE, I don't care. It hasn't been done. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been done. You feel me? So I respect that shit. The wrestling aspect, I love the wrestling from Boston. That's my guy. Like it just looked like I'm watching a professional bar fight. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like this shit just looked like, yeah, we got a couple slams. We might hit you with a, you know what I'm saying, a little submission head. But for the most part, it just looked like he was kicking ass, bro. You feel me? Like that shit, yo, in comedy. Like, come on, bro. Dude was just he was well versed at every aspect of the game. You see what I'm talking
Hmm.
about? He can give you some serious, he can give you some funny. You know what I mean? He can give you a good title chase, he can give you a good title run.
See
It's not
the way you feel
you
about
feel
Stone
me?
Cold is the way I feel about like Kenny Omega and Ric Flair. Like I feel the same way about the two of them. It's hard to compete with the best bout machine and the Nature Boy. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's something for me. Like I look at their match stuff alone stands like on this like match like Kenny Omega's matches with Okada and like I mean him coming back from diverticulitis and so like the belt collector era that nobody talks about. That to me like encapsulates one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Obviously with Ric Flair, like do I need to really explain all of Ric Flair's accolades and accomplishments from the Four Horsemen, being a multiple time NWA heavyweight champion, 16-time heavyweight champion of the world in WCW. I mean, his list speaks for itself.
that's a fact.
Um, man, let me ask you something first. What is your biggest hot take for the IWC right now, man?
Oh man, my biggest hot take for the IWC right now. Get ready to see Will Ospreay as champion. Uh, get ready to see Damn, me and Fax had a crazy spin just now for some shit that's going on in WWE. Hold on. Oh man, I should have wrote that hot take down. So we just discussed it on the show yesterday.
It could be
Ah,
AEW, WWE, whatever.
it's not coming to me right now, but get ready for Will Ospreay to be champion. Say
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. I got the same hot take. I got the same hot take. So yeah, yeah. The aerial assassin. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with us, man. Thank you for walking into the indie spotlight as always, guys. So we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep this energy going, man. So what do you think makes independent wrestling special in today's wrestling landscape?
I mean, what's special about independent wrestling, bro? That I want independent wrestlers to enjoy and the fans to enjoy before they get to the next level. Shout out to MCW Wrestling out there in Maryland, another indie promotion I fuck with. I go to a lot of their shows, excuse my language. Go to a lot of their shows too when I get time. Bro, you can do what you want. You can have as much fun as you want, y'all. You feel me? Like the scale is like you're not gonna like. Don't get me wrong. AEW, they can do a lot of things, but they're gonna keep it in the realm of no, they're not really doing a sports entertainment thing that WWE is doing it, but they kind of close. You feel me? Kind of
They've
close.
done it before, but like it didn't really work for them. It
Right,
didn't work for
right.
them.
There's a certain realm that you got. You know what I mean? But now you take indie wrestling. Shout out to SBCW. For instance, we had a show. The wrestlers is they doing their thing. They taking chair shots. They breaking tables. It's going down. You feel me? But there's a piece of the story where there's this baby doll, right? It plays some significance in the story. That enters the match from the balcony, bro. You feel me? The baby doll starts fucking one of the wrestlers up, like whipping their ass. And bro, it was so hilarious, bro. It was so good. Crowd, like, bro, that type of stuff you could have a lot of fun with. You know what I mean? While y'all in the indies and get away with it. You know what I mean? It gets a lot more serious when it comes to the pro aspect. You know what I'm saying?
With independent wrestling, I would say this: like, I like the sports feel approach. Like when it comes like to independent wrestling, like the stories are mostly told in ring. So like you're gonna see a different style of wrestling every sort of match you get. So I like things from, let's say, like I started off watching independent wrestling in 2017. And this is when my main man Cody Rhodes, when he was going his little indie run, and he had matches everywhere. So I remember the match he had with Kurt Angle. When he was in Ring of Honor and he went and had a feud with Jay Lethal, all these different people that like, and he really started my spark to do like have love for independent wrestling. So like that's where everything would start for me. So I look at independent wrestling as like you can always support it, and that's why I said last week, guys, like and to support independent wrestling while you have it, because you never know when it may be taken away from you. Because we remember that Deadlock Pro Wrestling got shut down, Prestige Wrestling got shut down. Those are major markets in certain areas, and I always will say this: like whenever you see a local indie promotion in your city, go and support it, and always be willing to, if the tickets are cheap, go and see, go and watch it. It'll expand your network as a wrestling fan to be able to say, you know what, I remember when I saw this wrestler before they went to AEW, before they went to WWE, or before they went to TNA or whatever the major company they may be under, or what. So I will say this: like
And it's
support,
not gonna break your bank.
yeah, yeah. Um, I will say this: like always find a way to support independent wrestling, even if it's something that like, well, oh, it's not per se like my style of professional wrestling. You can always find something in your area that's gonna be catered to you as a fan. Like you can find things that will be a part of your enjoyment of the product, and it will give you a avenue outside of just WWE to watch other things. So, um, fresh. Let me ask you something, brother. So, as a content creator, what do you look for in a great match in terms of like when you look at a match, you look at ring work or you look at the
Mhm.
storytelling, or is it both?
It's a little bit of both, bro. It's a little bit of both. I try not to be so judgy on ring work unless it's like intentionally sloppy.
Hmm.
Unless it look like it looks like you like the person's not really into it or they just trying to get through the night. Then I'm a judge of ring work. But if I feel like you out there doing your thing and you giving it your all, you have a hiccup. We ain't gonna call it what were we calling it before?
Botch. We don't call, I don't call them
Botches.
that.
We
I
ain't gonna
call them
call it botch. Right. So if you have a hiccup or some shit like that, I ain't tripping. Why? Cause I can't do it. Feel me? I ain't you. I can't do that shit. Who am I to judge? Feel me? Especially if you out there really trying to give it your all. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
that's for the ring work. Me, storytelling, I like it to have some drama. You feel me? Like any match where you know we got sideline bullshit going on, or you got the hill just doing bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I like matches with a little storytelling, a little drama. Like you know what I mean? The hill trying to get off on the face too much, trying to hurt him with the steps, or he trying to hurt him with a chair, end his career. You know, I need some drama. You feel me? That usually always makes a good match for me.
So, what wrestler to you, man, had the best rookie year in whatever company that you have been in? Like, so I know you've been fan WWE for the longest period of time, but like, what wrestler did you watch that you saw like their from their debut all the way up to now that you would say had the best rookie year in wrestling?
Mm, yeah, that's a good question, bro. It may be another that's not coming to me right now, but off the top of my head, I gotta say MJF.
Ooh, okay,
I
okay,
gotta say MJF, bro.
okay.
Came in smoking, came in climbing, and reaching for the stars, and that man is who he's supposed to be right now.
To go
You know what I'm
from
saying?
MLW to I mean, I'm sorry, from Creator Pro to Limitless Wrestling, then to
Right.
get signed to MLW at 18 years old, 18, and then to get signed to one of the biggest companies in wrestling, AEW. You can't buy a story like that. You can't buy a story like that. Like the dude had the dude had ADHD in school when he talks about how he was bullied and everything else. I'm like, the guy quit college to pursue professional wrestling. So a lot of people will say that's a dumb decision, but he made it. He actually became a champion. Now he's potentially a multi-millionaire. Now, like
Right.
that's That's MJF's story is a true definition of taking taking your success and betting on yourself and taking your success as it comes. MJF has been a is a great guy from what I've heard from different types of people, and he's a very hardworking person. So MJF, like, salute to you, because like his story is motivational to me. Even he is a content creator. Like, for me, I look at it as like, if MJF can can continuously be a good guy and literally, just grind and grind and grind and grind, then at the right time, at the right place, he's right where he's supposed to be.
Nah, facts.
Like, it's inspirational to see that. Um, let's see. Before we get off of here, guys, I I'm gonna ask Chris a few more questions, then we're gonna get up off of here. So, looking ahead, man, what goals do you have? What goals, rather, do you have for the Square Circle Boys podcast, your music career, and your wrestling content? And you don't have to answer them all at once. You can, like, break them up into little segments as well.
Break it down.
Yeah.
But you already know, man. For the most part, I can't. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? We ain't give away too much. But me and the guys do got a surprise, man. We're gonna bring that to you by next year. You know, we got a little surprise. We're gonna bring the show to the studio for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's pretty much for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take that shit to the studio. For the music we got man. Shout out to my guys, Mo Better, No Sleep Bills. We got a project called Scandals that we're gonna be dropping possibly by the end of the summer. So it's gonna be some new music videos, new music, all that. You know what I'm saying? Everything coming. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Just do what I always do, man. Shoot for the stars, bro. You feel me?
Yes, sir. So,
So,
um, how do you balance, man, being a fan and a content creator at the same time? Because for me, as a wrestling fan, I will say this: like, as a content creator, the way I watch wrestling is like, the first time I watch it as a fan. I don't take notes. I just merely watch it as a fan. And I react as a fan.
yeah,
But when I
yeah,
get to my content creation mode, I go back and I just deconstruct everything. You know what I'm saying? And I get
right.
analytical with it. How do you do your, like, what is then your content creation process,
hmm
and then how you balance like that, being a fan and being a content creator
Well,
when it comes to it?
I separate it, bro. I separate it. I ain't gonna lie. It's tough though. It's not easy because I'm a fan first, and then I'm a journalist second. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I take it all in as a fan. When it comes to my journalist work, I do my research, I do my due diligence, I put the facts out, and not too much of how I feel or what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Or what I feel it may be. I try to lean more on the fact of whatever it is that's actually happening to give to the, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of bullshit out here in the IWC. It's a lot of fake news. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of BS, especially when it comes to infiltrating these wrestlers' lives. Everybody want to be in their business. Square Circle Boys, we ain't for that. You heard? We ain't in your business like that, y'all. We don't care if you're married, divorced, going through something with your baby mama. That ain't our business. We worry about the wrestling over here. All right? So if you want to come on the show, get an interview with your boy, come interview with BJ. We ain't in your business like that. You feel me?
Yeah, we don't really. I want to get to the grabs. I
Facts.
rarely. The only person question I'm gonna ask is literally just about your personal life story. And if you want to throw in that stuff, hey, but I'm not gonna go up here and fish for it. Like,
Yeah. That ain't my. You a human just like everybody else. You go through shit. I ain't here to put your shit on the table. I'm here to talk about the wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I keep it, man. To try to keep like shout out to Moose, man. Shout out to good
shout out
brother
to
Moose.
Moose.
Pulled up
Shout
on
out
the
to the big homie
show.
Moose, former Atlanta Falcons football
Uh-huh.
player, somebody
Right.
who I personally did not know he had played for my old team back in the day. I was like, wait, what? Like, I was like, because when he dropped that knowledge, I said, he played for the Falcons? I don't remember hearing that name. And my homeboy brought me up to speed. He was like, yeah, you remember John Abraham? I said, yeah. He was like, he on the same team as him. I said, oh, what? So I
Yo,
was
shout
surprised
out
I
to
found
that
that out.
brother. Shout out to that
Moses is a
brother.
good dude, though. Moses is a good
Yeah.
guy, from what I've
Came on the
heard.
show. Listen, agreed to do the show. Agreed to come on the show for about 30 minutes. I told the brother I ain't gonna take up too much of his time. Shoot us about 30 minutes. I can let him be on his way, bro. He kicked it with us for a whole hour and change, bro. Having a
Hmm.
good time, bro. Talking wrestling, talking memories, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate you, bro. Always gotta give his flowers and shit. Word.
Yeah, because for him to be as big as he was, especially at that time, like this dude was wrestling Kenny Omega,
Facts.
and
And
so
he's
many
still
other
running.
people.
He's still getting money. He just had a good little NXT run
Yeah, yeah,
when I
he,
was
yeah,
talking to him.
yeah. He could have big timed you in a major way. He didn't.
He could have big time me, bro. And he kept it humble, kept it real solid, bro. That's all you can ask for, bro. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Because a lot of wrestlers that I've interacted with, they will be as nice to you. Like they will be very, very nice if you come to them and present yourself in a certain way. That's why
Right.
every wrestler that I have a relationship with, I treat it as if like they're a personal friend of mine, instead for like somebody that's just like, oh, they're a wrestler. And I'm a fan, like, even though yeah, I'm a fan of their work, but I treat it as if like I treat them like a friend, not like as like the wrestler per se. Like when I had Leroy on my platform, like that, like Leroy is my guy. So I say this is me and my guy Leroy talking about just having to talk about wrestling. Yeah, we talked about his career. This is also my guy. So so I always try to look at the relationships I have with different wrestlers, and I say, you know what, I cherish those. I cherish those relationships I got with them. So what was that like? So what was it like I mean, to interview wrestlers like a Moose and like so many others? I saw a lot of the other interviews you had on your page, and like it seemed like very intriguing that you had a lot of people from like I think from like reality of wrestling, if I'm not mistaken, and you had a lot of different people that have been on the page. Man, it seems that you guys are getting a lot of traction when it comes to the independent scene. Shout out to J Rod, she was on your page, she was on the page as well. So like, what has that been like, man, to
Big
get
shout out to J Rod.
so
Big shout out to J
yes,
Rod. Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
sir,
American Gladiators. Shuddy, yes, sir.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, bro. Listen, man. It's a blessing, bro. I'm the type of dude. I'm relentless. All right. If I see it, I'm trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, I approach everybody. I approach everybody how I would want to be treated. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off respectfully, humbly, and I'm gonna present my platform. You know what I mean? And if we can have a dope conversation and it can make sense for everybody, for you to be on the show, then that's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And so far, so good. It's been working. It's been word of mouth too. This talent has been telling the next person and the next person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, man, there's so many people. I don't want to miss nobody, bro. But Y'all know who y'all are, man. Everybody who pull up on the show, man. I appreciate every guest, every one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Word.
So as we get ready to adjourn this live, my good brother, what advice would you give somebody who was aspiring to get into content creation and wrestling media in general? And what would be your motivation, in words of motivation, to anybody in this space that just has gone through a hard time, and they need that spark and that jolt to keep on going? So like, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to, number one, stay original. Originality is key. You feel me? Find something that's unique to you, that, you know what I'm saying, that probably nobody else is doing. And if you can find that thing, just put 100%, man. Put 100% in it. Those days all grind. And 9 times out of 10, you might get, you know what I'm saying? You probably gonna get what you want out of that thing. You know what I mean? But especially with the content, it's a lot of different content out there. It's a lot of people actually copying people and doing the same thing. And they're still actually doing okay. But if you can find something that's gonna separate yourself, be original, I think you got a shot. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how we kind of think, because my motto is we're gonna be the my motto was to be the first, not the first. My motto was to be the drink champs of the wrestling world. You feel me? Shout out to Noriega. He's another inspiration for me in the podcast world. So what Bro was doing, and I was like, you know what? We need to bring that aspect to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And from then on, that's what me and my guys been up to.
Yes, sir. So for like, as I've talked about on the show numerous times, it started off with me for content creation. It started off with PWF Empire and so many other places. What Culture Wrestling. I got inspired by so many people, and it just kind of started off from like being a dream that I had when I was a teenager, and it sparked into right now. So a lot of times we just have to face our fears, like I always tell people. Face your fears, and you know, if you're authentically yourself, people will be drawn to you. So I'm gonna say to whoever maybe want to do content creation out there, just be yourself, be authentically yourself, and people will be drawn to you. You have a specific audience that wants to listen to you, and that's why a lot of these podcasters, they have an audience, and they have people that they speak to. You have an audience that they can speak to. So that's my big word of motivation to anybody who wants to do content in any sort of way. But first, thank you for coming on the Indie Spotlight, my good brother.
No problem, man. No
But
problem.
before you go, man, I want you to promote all of your businesses and your side, whatever you maybe, whatever other things you're doing, and your wrestling content as well. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, what kind of things you're into in terms of your ventures and things of that nature. And then we will end the live.
Copy that. I got you, bro. I'm putting something on screen. So, do me a favor, throw that up on the screen, bro, in the comment section.
Okay. Star Boys. All right.
So yeah, y'all can run over to YouTube. You can YouTube that. You can throw that in your Google search engine. However you want to do it, it all come back to me. All right. I can tap in with the music, tap in with the videos. Get, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of everything from that right there. You feel me? On Instagram, it's as you see the names at the Square Circle Boys on the tab. As you see it, that's our Instagram. How run over to Instagram, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. We appreciate it all. You heard? You can find us on all platforms, not even just Instagram. Everywhere, just like that. All right. So, my brother, I appreciate you having us. Also, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Snaps and Straps and Blaze Fightwear, where they make championship. But first of all, they make championship wrestling belts, but they make all kind of sports activity wear. You heard? Pull up on them. Pull up on Snaps and Straps, or you can even DM me to put in your order for your type. Custom, we do it all. You feel me? Got to bring it out one time. As you can see, SCB Championship. It's a whole custom title. Shout out to the homie Matt Riddle. Much love, Matt. Much love. Yeah, man. You need you something. Kind of got the best prices in the game, too. So you can do that. You can holler at me, or you can holler at them. And how we say on my show, we don't care how you do that shit. Just do that shit. You heard? And I'm good,
All right,
brother.
and that is a wrap on Indie Spotlight. As always, guys, continue to plug into the Power Surge. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms at BJ Dixon _HGA. Listen, y'all continue to like and support and share the content. And we are peace.
Future Shock with your host, Benjamin Dixon. And guess what? You are now plugged into the Power Surge. I'm black with the cheese, no attractions green. What's the arrogance spray? That's the money I bring. Living legend on the charts, that's a FTR. Nigga swerve through the scene, that's just not NASCAR. Strutting with the ruler, know the night is young. Clear vision for the sight, know the title won. Let the band play cut for the dragon, I'm on to it. Combat club for the honor, we grind through it. If you with the smoke, then light a match, let's get lit. Guy just look in the box, but ain't got mix. War dog ready, I got a fix for comp. If you answer the call for the boots, you get stumped. Perfect with the talk, it's timeless. I'm known for malice. It ain't argue rules like a king does. I'm a shed skin and show you legs like snakes. No RKO is coming after the break. You can fall from grace and get buried. Empty every cannon when loose and peel like Mike Bailey. Y'all knew at the stun, I take a bump for real. Everybody gon' tweet when Harley screams, yeah. I'ma need y'all to stop what y'all doing and follow on all social media outlets. You know the vibes, money make the world turn circles. They pay me like I wear one and all like Yoku. Let Oos know that my bloodline thick. MFTs we connect, every brace will stick. Need a Naya on the line, we can dial like Preston. Man picking up a baddie like Jay, we said. Who's next with the tango? It's a collar and elbow. Let the beat slap, give me chest like the big show. Involved with sickos, I got an ID. From the trenches we evolve, with the scraps we free. Hit a match, strike 3, I got a pin like 8. Write stories never boring, that's the NXT. You are now tuned in to the Future Shock. Future Shock, Future Shock. Hot takes we debate is the Future Shock. Future Shock, Future Shock. IWC, it's the Future Shock. Future Shock, Future Shock. Get your news here first, it's the Future Shock.